Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. This morning, I want to share a truth story with you. I want to tell you about some of the things that I have learned over time. I want to tell you some things about myself, which I know a lot of you will identify with, because most of you who watch this page are equally yoked. Some of you may have come to the moment of truth like I have. Some others may not, but we'll see. Jacob, good morning. How you doing? Mika. Hi, Mika. Good morning, bro. It's been a while. I've not seen you in ages. It's so good to see you. Hello, Mika. I want to tell you some things about myself. I hope you would recognize in yourself, and I hope will help you also come to some of these conclusions. Me. I am a girl who was born with purpose. I have known that from the very first day of consciousness. I was born with purpose. I am driven. When I need to get something done, I will chase it and I will get it done. I am somebody who likes order in my life and I like progress. And so, in all my dealings, I pursue this. I pursue this with my husband. I pursue it with my children. I pursue it even at my workplace. That is me. That is who I am. Okay? I am somebody who is on the pursuit and I want to do well and I push to do well. As a person like that, oh, Merry Christmas, Mika. As a person like that, and especially coupled with my principles of fairness and equal participation, when I deal with you, I expect that I will put in my absolute best and you will put in your absolute best to match me. And it's been that way for a long time. Unbeknown to me, this desire, this tendency was leading towards a tendency to be controlling. It is my philosophy of life. I like to do things a particular way, and I demand that it is done that way by everybody around me. Be it on work projects, be it on personal projects, that's the way I do things. And that in itself is admirable, but that also puts you in a position that can make you controlling without realizing. So, for example, I will get in on a something to do. And the minute I identify that project, I am looking for everybody around me also to get on with that project. And for a lot of times in my life, when I expect people to get on the project, well, they haven't got on the project the way I do. So guess what? The next problem is also activated. When a person is unable, unwilling, or for whatever reason, not on the same program as I do, it activated the manager in me. And so I began to manage projects, reminding you of what to do, guiding you on what to do, pushing you in particular ways. I thought I was subtle. Sometimes I was not so subtle. But it became my job to be the manager, the project manager of a lot of things that was happening around me. And as a project manager, oh, Mika, I have missed you too. And it's so good to see you. Oh, thank you for praying for us. I return the same prayers multiple fold to you and yours. Yeah, Romana, good morning. Good morning. You are welcome. So let's go back over it slowly because I know some of you have joined. My personality is inclined to seek progress and to demand progress and to work for progress. That's me. And around me in my ecosystem, I expect the same attitude of people. Sadly, in my experience, very few people are able to match me and how I want to go. So, to help people along this project, I found myself unintentionally taking on board the project manager role. In the project manager role, I would drop hints about what needs to be done. I would try and get agreement with you over what needs to be done. I will set timelines that we needed to work towards particular things. And like a good project manager, I will review our progress to target periodically, and I will try to be motivational. I will try to be inspirational, and I will do all those things and lead you towards a place. Maybe in my 30s, I came to the realization that project managers experience fatigue. They experience tiredness. In fact, whilst you are project managing people, especially people who have not quite committed to the project, you experience resistance. And to work through that resistance is a lot of work. And that work involves a lot of pain. And invariably, there is a lot of frustration on this journey, wanting to get to a place with a person who is not going at the same pace as you do, maybe doesn't want to get there, hasn't told you they don't want to get there. You get two options. Either you continue and you leave people, and sometimes it's easier to continue and leave people. And again, that seems like a good idea for a while until you turn around exhausted. You see that the proceeds of your work is benefiting everybody when some people in the ecosystem have not pulled their weight, and it brings you to your next problem when you adopt this position: resentment. You resent the people who enjoy the proceeds of your hard work without doing their fair bit. And this thing is applicable in so many areas, especially to your spouses, especially to your colleagues at work. We are at work together. We are supposed to work on a project together. You don't, I do, and then the benefit comes to the team. It's happened to me so many times that I have worked in a team, especially when I haven't been the leader of a team. I'm a natural leader, me. My disposition is to take the lead and to make things happen. Yeah. Oh, Malina. Malina's Beauty Box. Hello, darling. Good morning. How are you? My position is to move and to take everybody with me. And I can clearly remember many times on teams where we have achieved things and the team has been thanked with no specific acknowledgement of my single-handed role in getting things done. And it burns. It stings. You cannot run away from it. It stings. And when you sit around the table and you see everybody smugly accepting congratulations for things that they haven't worked for, you get mad inside. The resentment will lead to rage, internal rage, if you don't acknowledge it. You work for something and people congratulate you, and it could be something to do with the children. You are the only one who's really pushing the children and taking the children and doing this and doing that, and people turn around and say, oh, you have done so well with the kids. Let's say your children do sport and your spouse is not interested in the sport, and you take the children, and then eventually the children begin to excel at the sport. And when you come to acknowledgement, people are like, oh, it's taking so long to get you here. Oh, you guys have done so well. Which guys? There has been no you guys. There has just been you. But somebody else is there taking the glory that you've worked for. You will get mad. Whether you are sincere enough to be vocal about, or you are still afraid and so you don't say anything and you internalize your struggle, the struggle will be there. It is inevitable. It will be there, and it will eat you from the insides. It will chip at you slowly, and you will get mad, and you will get mad, and you will get angry. You will feel used. You will feel used. See, there's only logic that will help you to manage this and to recover from this and to move on in any way that has any semblance to sanity. You need to sit down, internalize, and figure out that this is your nature. It is you who appointed yourself project manager. Nobody else has managed you. I remember talking to a boss of mine sometime, and I'm like, you took credit. And she's like, well, you chose to do it. I've not appointed you to do this. You are a busybody. And if you are that busy and you want to be on something, I wasn't going to stop you. But no, don't sit here and make it seem like I have given you my work to do, because I clearly haven't. I was capable of doing my work. I had my strategy on how I was going to get it done. But it is you and your busybody self who decided that you needed something to do, so I facilitated and let you do. But pure truth, absolute truth, not a word of a lie did I hear that day. And in that process, I had to go sit in front of a mirror and look. Merry Christmas, Bismarck. Merry Christmas. I had to sit in front of a mirror and look at myself. And yes, exactly as she had accused me, I was a busybody. I was an overachiever. I did not know how to sit and rest. I was driven by the internal demons that needed to get me from point A to point B. And that was my thing. It wasn't for other people. And so let's come to the redemption point, which is the most important part of this video. I've told you all the other things because I want you to recognize the process. Hopefully, some of you would recognize yourselves in there. And especially those of you who have not got to exhaustion, I hope to help you curb the process so that you don't get there. But those of you who are at exhaustion, maybe offer you hope that redemption is possible, because redemption is possible. I am a redeemed character from the stories that I am telling you. I wish at the time I had read Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I wish I had read it earlier. I did not. When you finish, read Everything is Fucked also. Read those 2 books. When you finish, do go and find Let Them Theory and read it. Yeah, go and find the Mel Robbins Let Them Theory and read it. And these 3 books will help you understand the only thing you can do in this life to keep sanity. The sanity point is for you to let people be. Do not manage them. Management is artificial. Sometimes people will respond to your management prompts. Sometimes people will respond to your management prompts, but it's not their natural positioning. That's not how they actually set up to behave. You can manage and you can manage and you can move, but I tell you, default places will always, right? I have decided to show you the link to my subscribers page. Can you guys please subscribe and come be my channel building partners to help me move this channel on? I have grand plans for our engagements, and I hope that you will help me raise the revenue to help me get the tools. I want to get AI agents and a few things that would help you keep in touch with me much better, and for you to get the better quality content that I can sit like this and do. So if you haven't subscribed to the page and you can do, please click on the link displayed and go subscribe to help me. Anyway, as I was saying, we have many redemption points. The other thing that I want to share with you, apart from the subscribers page, is the new thing that I am promoting, the Ascendancy Collective. The Ascendancy Collective is something that I would like to share with you. It's a group. You can click to gain membership of the group. I will sit in the Ascendancy Collective daily like this, and I will teach you from my experience, similar to what you are watching on this video. I want to share my learning, my reading, my understanding, my gained experience with you, and I want to work with you to move up. That is what the Ascendancy Collective is, to ascend, to start from a place baseline and leverage pivots to move up. You can ascend in your career, you can ascend in your business, you can ascend in all domains of your life, which is the position I like to adopt. But anyway, as I was explaining, you can manage and you can manage yourself. You cannot manage other people long term. Sometimes people know that if they don't respond, you will be mad and you will cut your losses. And so people are very cunning. They will attempt to placate you with wanting to say and to attempt to do just to keep you on and to keep you going, but they are not really committed to doing it with you. In fact, there are people who really genuinely want to go with you. They will try, but then they are not able to. They fall behind. You feel bad. They feel bad. It just creates this negative atmosphere, which doesn't really help anybody. In the long term, the best thing to do is to let people be. I was talking to somebody recently about something that I was doing with a group of people. And so there are some of those people who are financially linked to me. And no, they do not get a choice to chill whilst I labor. For those people, I refuse to do that. So those are the people who are my troops, and I called my troops. And it was in a public forum. So I called my troops with witnesses, and I just knuckled down. I started working with my troops. Those are the people who were adults in that group. I refused to acknowledge them. I just called my troops and we knuckled down and we started working. After a short while, I noticed that some of these people that I had refused to acknowledge, I had refused to manage, to micromanage or macromanage, whichever management technique you want, but they are adults. They needed to choose whether they will get on board with the program or they could choose to disregard it. Obviously, if they chose to be on the program, they will benefit from the proceeds of the program directly. In the case, some of these people, even if they decided not to engage, they will still enjoy the proceeds. But that's something that I was going to leave with them. Another person who was part of this observed some of the changes within some of the people that I refused to manage and to coerce and to invite and said that they had witnessed something incredible that they wanted to share with me. Is somebody moving? Hey, I'm such a gossip now. Let's see. Where's this car going? Yes. I'm a middle-aged gossip now, you know. I have time on my hands, especially in these seasons. And when I have time on my hands, I'm a great gossip. Anyway, Da Manchester, how you doing? Good morning. Welcome. So one of the people who was privy to all this said that I have noticed something incredible that I want to flag up for discussion. I'm like, go on. I noticed that you refused to acknowledge some people and to encourage some people to get on board. I'm like, yeah. Is it deliberate? Yes. Adults should manage themselves. Each person is supposed to self-manage and self-regulate. It is not my job to manage anybody and to regulate anybody. People are allowed to make free will choices. The Lord himself gave individuals free choice. It's not me who will take people's agency from them. I do not. And she says, why? Why? Because, well, my vision is my vision. If you want to buy into it, you've got to do so yourself. I am getting to work with or without you, and I need that very clearly known in my systems. It's not, no, it wasn't even a attention seeking technique. It was actually a genuine position that I adopt and I move on. She says, interesting. The other thing I noticed is that the minute you sustained and you knuckled down and you started focusing, some other people themselves intentionally made choices in alignment. Some of them jumped on with what you were doing. Others came up with their own thing and they continue, especially in my marriage. You see, I have linked myself to my husband financially, emotionally, socially, physically, and I would come to my husband with ideas and suggestions. And I will suggest, and I will resuggest, and I will keep on suggesting and suggest. But over time, I realized that the more I suggested things, the more resistance I got from him. In wisdom, in thinking, I'm very sure he felt my suggestions were controlling techniques. And in truth, they would have been. Kwaku, hello, darling. Merry Christmas, son. They were controlling. And so I can't remember what even brought it to the fore, but something brought it to the fore. I'm very sure I suggested something and pushed that something, and I experienced resistance, and I got absolutely nowhere. And maybe I accidentally got tired and I left it and moved on. What I realized is that the things that I stopped pushing and left, they were things that after a period of time he would do on his own without prompting. And when he would do things on his own without prompting, without another person attempting to manage, he did so in a more relaxed atmosphere, and he did it with more commitment, with more gusto. And he did it with pride because the motivation to do so was intrinsic, not extrinsic. Again, in time, in my line of research, the area of motivation accidentally came to the fore. And as I looked at the research on motivation, as I researched it myself, I discovered that if the motivation to do something is external, it is difficult to sustain because it's not really aligned with your personal values and your aspirations and your hopes. It's somebody external or something external which is guiding you towards it. You become mechanical. You're a robot chasing something. Charity, Merry Christmas, sis. Merry Christmas. However, in order to move motivation from extrinsic to become intrinsic, what happens is that it aligns with your own belief systems. It aligns with your own purpose in life. It aligns with your dreams, your aspirations, your hopes. You are very clear of the actions that you're going to take and the benefits that those actions are going to give you personally. And when you get to intrinsic motivation, you do things of your own accord. You don't often do it because you want to get short-term satisfaction from it. You do it for the sake of the thing, and you work at it. And as I researched motivation and I became more aware of these things, I have now moved away from the way I started initially, wanting to suggest to people, wanting to encourage people, wanting to, in fact, these days, I do not encourage. I do not manage. I do not. Even if I see something and I think something might be useful, I may just mention it. This thing may exist. This thing may be helpful. And that is it. Once that this thing may be done and this thing may be helpful is done, my responsibility to not withhold information is already fulfilled and I'm done. In fact, most people come to me now on projects that I used to manage with them or for them. And they draw you into management again. And ask anybody, even the people that I coach, my business clients, they come to me now wanting to draw me, and ask anybody, they'll tell you that now you come to me and I send you to go find your big piece of paper, write down the things that you are going to do, be clear of your plan. And if there are specific things that I have expertise on and can do with you or for you, you come to me and I will do those things. But I refuse to project manage anybody's life, anybody's business, anybody's affairs. And since I adopted that position, oh Lord, I have adopted that position even in my parenting of my young adults. They are young, they are inexperienced, they could do with guidance, so I'm there. But I am not a helicopter parent. I'm not a helicopter parent anymore. I resigned from that position a long time ago. I talk to my young adults, I ask them what they need to do. There are some things that they need to decide in free will. There are some things that they can't decide in free will because I am paying the price for it. So the things where I will end up picking the bill for that I am not willing to pay for, they will be it will be clearly explained to them. They will be clear of that one. And in those cases, there will be bulldozing because the consequences will come back down to me. But the ones that the consequences don't sit or rest with me, even with my children, I'm learning to step back. This summer, I had a strategy for my son. He clearly was not on board with my strategy. And I had to remove my legs to come and sit somewhere and watch. And to let a person go and work through and figure things out. It's hard, but let them. Let people who are for you show you they are for you. Don't get in the way of that natural process. And if they are not for you, I am sure it hurts. But it is better for you to know that people are not for you. Let people show you their work ethic so that you can align it with your work ethic early on and see if there is alignment. Actually, it is to your advantage that you let people show themselves. When you meet a girl and you want to live life with this girl, let her show you her real work ethic so that you can compare it with your work ethic and you can see if there is any concordance or any convergence anywhere. It will help you identify compatibility easier, clearly. Hello, Sister Mary and George. Hi, Cynthia and Sandra. Hi, Patricia. Shinika and Sandra, you are welcome. You know, it is better that you let a person share their plans with you independently so that you can align it with your plans and see how they marry up. Let a guy show you his drive for life before you show your hand so that you are clear that what he showed you was his baseline. If you are very quick to share, if you are very quick to manage, if you are very quick to direct, like I used to be, what you end up is influencing people around you, and then people can manipulate things. They know that you are a driven person and you do not tolerate laziness. So guess what? They will eliminate all laziness from their system in arbitrary, artificial ways that they will not be able to sustain. You will see that position, you will align it with your vision and your beliefs. It was a mirror of what you were doing, so it will look very good to you on paper and you will jump on board. And then you will commit to doing life with this person, and you will find that as you push, the anchor doesn't hold because it was never real in the first place. It was never real. It was arbitrary. And so you will get broken. You'll be devastated. As time goes on, you will find that this person is not what he says he was going. Yeah, and you will be disappointed. It will end in tears. It is much better that a guy shows you he's lazy. A girl shows you she's lazy. And you know exactly where they stand. And if you are able to live with it, you do. If you are not able to live with it, you run. It is better that way. You don't want to jump in managing that person to try and get them somewhere that they might not have the capacity to sustain. Those of us who are managers, that is what tends to happen. And that is what brings us some of the biggest heartaches that we experience on this life. So right now, me and the people around me experience, I manage me, I let you manage you. I do me, and I do the best I can for me and from me. I will give you my best. I will give the best that I can give you without expecting anything back. But I will do no more than that. Ohemanana. Ohemanana abna. And Ohemanana. No, that looks like Ohemanana. Ohemanana abna. How are you doing? You are welcome. I will give you the best I can give you with no expectations of a return. I have put myself in that position. I can do everything that I can do charitably. I will do it because that's me. That's my own mindset. That's the position I choose to adopt. Yeah, Lockel and Claudia, I will give everything I can charitably. But when I am done with my capacity for charity, we are done. I will not push you to show me your hand or to match me. I will leave you to do you and to be you. It has brought me peace. Whereas in the past, I was always reviewing people's performance and always setting targets for people and always chasing people, cheering them, screaming louder than they themselves did. Right now, we sit here, we drink coffee, and we wait. Pristine. Yeah. And Lockel, how you doing? Rabamansa. Oh, sis. Rabamansa, it's been a long time. I've been seeing your name recently, to be fair, but I hadn't seen you in ages. It's good to see you. Yeah. We no longer chase. We no longer hustle. We no longer direct. We no longer guide those who have not asked explicitly to be guided. And even if you ask me explicitly to guide, the minute I figure that I am working harder on your agenda than you are, we are done. Each person is supposed to be the hardest working agent in their progress story. I'm supposed to be the hardest working agent in my story, in my personal benefit. You are supposed to be the hardest agent working in your story, in your progress agenda. I cannot be working harder in your story than you are. That is where you can adopt when you understand the fundamental principles of the universe. Each one is supposed to be responsible for themselves. God is for us all. I helped you, you help me, but I should never be helping you more than you are helping you. Philomena, you are supposed to help yourself more than anybody else. And no, it is not my place to find vision for you. It is not my place to come up with your dream and your hopes and your aspirations. No, that is for you to do. And sometimes when you are not ready to move, other people are supposed to sit on the sidelines and wait. That's something I was no good at in the past. It's something I am learning and have learned to do, but it brings you a lot of peace. It's New Year on the cards. And I'm waiting for everybody to come up with their own resolutions. I I'm no longer making resolutions for anybody else. Hey, Ima boss. Yeah, no, you cannot pull sleeping people. I have tried it. Believe me, I have tried it. I broke my back dragging dead horses. Merry Christmas, Uncle Charles. Merry Christmas, a wonderful, prosperous, blessed new year in advance to you too. Thank you so much. Yeah, you cannot drag dead horses. You do not have the horsepower. You don't. You will break your back in the process. And you will find horses who have been moved to places they are uncomfortable in. And they are not going to be grateful to you because you have left them halfway through to a point. They were never willing to move in the first place. Who asked you to move them from where they were and were comfortable to this new uncomfortable place and then leave them halfway to the place? That is even unfair to them. If you are not able to drag them and get them to end point, you should not touch them in the first place. And who even tells you that they will be happy at the end points that you envisage for them? Who tells you? Who has asked you? You don't want peace. You do not know what to do with your life. Find somewhere to sit and drink water, mind your business. And that's a conversation I have had with myself and continue to have with myself, because actually it is not my natural disposition. My natural disposition is to jump in and to move forward and to take everybody with me. I'm a natural leader and all the things. Well, you cannot lead the ones who do not want to be led. You will frustrate yourself and them in the process. So let them. If a person wants to sit and waste their life and do nothing with their life, let them. If a person wants to sit and talk and play games and waste their time, let them. If a person wants to be irresponsible and let their life lead absolutely nowhere, let them. Let them. If it is possible for you not to tie yourself to this person's outcome, be smart, distance yourself, dissociate yourself, and let them. Oh, you relate to this live talk. Great. Let them. Let them. And it can be anybody. I'm trying to help my husband to become. You cannot become Jack. You cannot. You cannot make your husband become Jack. You cannot. So this is it. Cannot make your husband do Jack. I'm trying to push him to start a business. He might not want a business. So don't force him to start a business. If he doesn't want to start a business, leave him. He has to have a career. He doesn't have to have a career if he doesn't want one. Leave him. And this one is difficult, especially when it's a spouse, because, well, his outcomes are linked with your outcomes. But the truth is, you've got to leave him. And you've got to do the bit you can for charity, even if you are linked. So pay what you can pay. Do what you can do. If he does not want or she does not want, you've got to leave them behind. I have started 4 businesses for my wife and she always squanders the money. Yeah, that's because you are forcing her to do something she doesn't want to. Your wife does not want to start a shop. Don't start a shop for her. Leave her. Buy food. Make sure there is something for her to eat. Try your best. Make sure your children are cared for. But instead of struggling to try and give luxury to a person who is not willing to move, no, don't buy her any new clothes you can't afford. No, you cannot afford iPhone 17. Don't buy it. Let her use iPhone 3. Even me, I'm still working, but I still have iPhone 2. If it's about the person you're on the same table with, in fact, spouses, yes, I know. Firstborn, a teammate. Well, my boss. A team has to have some buy-ins. You must be on a team because you want to. But like I said, if you're already tied to a woman who does not want to be progressive, then that's fine. Let the person enjoy the reality of the current choices they are making. I've seen women try to work really hard to buy a car so their spouse has a car because the spouse doesn't want to work. No, don't buy him a car. Let him stay on the bus. His current amount of effort is directly correlated to going on a bus. let him remain on the bus. Yeah, you buy a car, you drive your car. When you are going to common places, give him a lift. But no, don't go and get the capital to buy a car for him that he's not willing to raise for himself. No, let him enjoy the reality of his current choices. His clothing are tattered. That is where he wants to operate. Let him wear his tattered clothing. Let her wear her tattered clothing. No, don't open a new bank account for them, and don't fund an unlimited credit card for them. No, 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 no. Don't. Because that also has psychological implications. You are going to create a dependent, and that is going to be a rod for your back. No, let a person see the reality of the choices that they make. Let them live there. If they are dissatisfied with that level, they themselves will elevate out of that place. And that is the way it is supposed to be. That is the way it is supposed to be. I am going to start a master's. My husband does not even want to do a degree. Don't force him. Go and do your master's. You want to do your master's, go do your master's. Wherever you want to go to, invite him. Let your husband come to your social circles. Let him come and meet all the educated people that you are currently associating with. Let him discover that there is now a gap beginning to exist. Let him discover. Let him go and talk to his advisors and tell his advisors that he went to a meeting with you and your lot, and all your people were above him and snotty. His advisors will tell him that it is time for him to go and get registered on a degree. It's not you who will do that. You can start a person on many degrees. They will not finish. Or if they finish, it's because you finished it for them. If you finish it for them, they have still not done the degree. They may have the certificates bearing their name, but they will have none of the learning that was supposed to happen alongside. Believe me, and that is a rod for your back anyway. There's a friend of mine who is the person is in corporate. And you know how these corporate bodies operate. They would have a Christmas thing. And at the Christmas thing, they will go. She's a lawyer. But she's a lawyer for a corporate body, for a business. She would go to their events, and each person will bring their spouse. Everybody brings their spouses. The partners bring their spouses. The key personnel bring their spouses, and she would take her spouse. Her spouse has been somebody who decided not to really do anything for the last 25 years, 30 years. Just me. He works in some shop. Say Target. I don't know which one. He works in Target. And he does his thing. Those of you in the UK call it Asda. He works in Asda. His wife is a top lawyer in a very established business. She's doing good money. So they can afford to live. They have a home. She's able to bring stuff. Whatever money she brings doesn't really need. And so they would go. They would go initially, she didn't used to take this guy because she was embarrassed and she felt it would be embarrassing for him. And somebody gave her advice. She ran it past me. I shared my thoughts. And she began to change the position. So she would take him and they would go for these events. When they went for these events, she would not babysit him. All the men would sit round the table and they would drink. Hey, my boss, listen, it's choices you make, You must make these choices. You must make these choices personally and leave other people to make theirs. So they would go for these socials. The women will convene. The men will convene. I don't know why these things happen that way, but they do. The women convene. The men will convene. And so she will go be with the women, and she will sit and they will eat and they will talk and they will relax and the rest of it. Philomena. Wait, today I'm such a good gossip. In fairness to me, people are on my doorstep. It's the bin people. Okay. Isn't it wonderful that I've got time to sit and gossip from my own house and not run around for anything? Anyway, they would go into spaces. She will go off and go sit with people she wants to talk to. Oh, Kweku. Hey, Mama. Give her the phone for 3 seconds. Let me wish her Merry Christmas, Afishapa. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Hi, Mama. Merry Christmas, Mama. Yeah, I wish I was spending this Christmas with you, but you know, we will both have to try very hard to have a great time. Well, apparently my mama is nearby and she might be able to get to see me. I'm like a little kid when my mama's name comes up. Mama. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Merry Christmas, Mama. So for Agnes, how you doing? Fat matter. Anyway, so my friend will take her husband to these socials. And she, like an adult, will go off and go talk to people she wanted to talk to. No, it wasn't her job to babysit. She will eat. And she will sit, and the women will sit and they will talk strategy. Sometimes there are people there that she needs to liaise with for business strategy. So she will go into those things and she will do her business strategy. And she would say to me, you know, sometimes when there is a lull in her conversation and she looks around, you will see her husband is lost. Ama, he looks so lost. Ama, he's not fitting in. I'm like, leave him. Leave him. Don't intervene. Let him look lost and let him know that he is lost. Let him feel lost and let him do something about being lost. Leave him. Am I suggesting this is easy to do? No. This is not easy to do. It's difficult to watch. If you love somebody, your natural inclination is to jump in and intervene and make life easy for them. Well, by making life so easy for them all the time, you are also bucking reality and you are stopping them from being able to elevate, because reality is to teach you so you elevate. Leave him. All these men will sit around the table and they will start talking. So what do? I manage the da-da-da-da-da-da. I lead the da-da-da-da-da-da. I do the da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I work at Target. And people are like, good for you. They are not disrespectful, but good for you. You work at Target. Oh, great. And sometimes when this conversation comes, you find that he will remove himself and attempt to go and join the women's circle. It's not socialized that way. So he will come, she might be sitting and talking with a client. She would make space, he would sit, but she would continue to talk to her clients and figure these things out. And at some point, he stopped coming. He didn't want to come because he felt uncomfortable. And so she was like, look, these socials, well, if you don't want to come, that's fine. That's not a problem. But remember that that is also creating a distance between us. The socials are done for alignment. She says one time she was minding her business. She comes and the guy had brought forms to go on some course that she had asked him to do about 15 years before. 15 years. He ignored it. He brought the forms. She looked at the forms. She put the forms to one side and she carried on with her life, because remember, they have had this conversation many years. Hey, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. He didn't do it. Says Ama, he has started so many courses. He starts it. He never finishes it. So I asked her, the courses that he starts and doesn't finish, who paid for them? Yeah, it was her. Yeah, it was never his money. So of course he will start courses. He will let you pay and he will not finish because it didn't hit him in the pocket. Don't pay for this one. She kept the forms. She put the forms to one side. The guy comes, have you filled the forms? And he's like, you want to apply for the course, you go fill the forms. If you need help with specific places, come and see me. But you go fill the forms. Eventually, he fills the forms. He comes. There was a spousal guarantee thing. She guarantees, and he goes. Oh, I've got a place. Great. He was probably waiting for her to jump in to pay like normally. No, this one, you want to do it, so you figure this out and you do it. Eventually, he pays and he starts doing it. Guess what? He finishes the course. Obviously, if he wants help, he will come to you and you've got to help. Angel says, every time you have decided to let them, their burden eventually end up becoming yours too. I would be there minding your life and receive a call that a child is genuinely unwell and you are compelled to send funds for the hospital. You have tried to ignore a few times, but difficult. It has been difficult. Well, now, as long as you continue to intervene and you continue to provide and you do not allow people to step up, they will always default back to you. It's not your responsibility, my dear. Let people bear the consequences of their responsibilities. I am not going to sit here and tell you it's easy. Creole Tick Spoon, how you doing? I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy. Like the story I'm telling you, do you think that it is easy for a person to sit and watch your spouse and to leave the form to the side and not run to fill? What if the course fills up? What if there's no more spaces? Well, let's find out. If he doesn't pay, he will never finish the course. So let him pay. The ones that she paid, many of them, he never finished. The one that he paid, guess what? He finished. He finished. My doctorate, if somebody had paid for that doctorate for me, if it was a scholarship, I would not have finished it. It got so tough at some point. But I had invested so many £1,000 in at that time. I had to finish. I had to finish. So I finished. I finished my doctorate because I paid for it myself. My husband didn't pay. If my husband was paying, I'd have found an excuse. I tell you, I'd have found an excuse. I would not have finished. I finished it because it was hitting me in the pocket. It was hitting me in the pocket. And there are some times that there are responsibilities that are tied, like my kids. As I keep saying, we are financially responsible. Fauzi, I don't go anywhere. I'm always here. It is you guys who need to make a commitment to come regularly. I'm always here. There's daily content on the page. Yeah. My children, we are financially linked. And yeah, if I let them do all the things they want, it is me who will sit and I will pay. So there are some things that you can't let, and you will have to force and intervene. But there are some things that you've got to let go. I want you to work on this one, so we have financial liberty. They don't want to work on it. Well, I do not have financial liberty to make you incredibly financially comfortable where you are. We've had to make that decision too. Pocket money in particular. Pocket money was scaled back. And when pocket money was scaled back, the message was very clear. Financial liberty equals ability to give you financial liberty. And that financial liberty comes from a collective effort. If you are not willing to be participant in the collective effort, then you should not be willing to be participant in the collective enjoyment. There's no collective enjoyment. What can happen? Yeah, you will have to pull some breaks. I tell you, there is no way around it. Anyway, let me tell you this friend's story. This lawyer friend who had a husband that needed to improve and wouldn't do. That person is currently working on a DBA. That was the first person that made me realize that a DBA existed. That person has started a business of his own and it's working. He used to work for Target. And he was very comfortable sitting in Target because his wife, the corporate woman, took care of accommodation and you bring food, you are in a partnership. Yeah, can we have some money? Oh, my car, You jump in and you step up. My mother. But doing those things breeds dependency. And it doesn't even help this person because instead of the needs helping this person to recognize that they need to elevate, you stepping in and not making the need hit makes people comfortable. They settle. they settle. And it's not actually doing them any good in the long term. You've got to let people, being an adult, there are certain things that make you be an adult. There are certain responsibilities that make you be an adult. If somebody takes that responsibility from you, you revert back to being a child. You do. There are many adult women who are like children in their husbands' homes. My sanitary pad, I need a tampon. And if a person would provide everything, including your tampon, you are like a kid. So you will behave like a kid. You will live like a kid. You will not grow like an adult. You will not be responsible like an adult. And a person who does that for you seems like they are kind and they are helpful. No, they are actually detrimental to your long-term survival. They are. It's not good. This person was not unintelligent. They knew each other from when they were doing their first degrees. They knew each other. He had prospects. But the minute he figured out that she was going to make his meal ticket easy, he chilled. And he was sitting in this Target place for years. She was telling me recently, if you now see him at these company socials, he's telling them about his research, and people from my workplace tell me, your husband is a whole different man now. Wow. Now he comes in and he has something to say. So he is willing to sit in the community of men and chat. He has his own business. It is small, but he has his own business. And he comes in and he networks with these people in my company. He would ask somebody for his opinion on something. He would ask the market strategist for some ideas. The market strategists enjoy talking to him because he is now a sounding board, somebody who can go off and try different things and come talk. They have now found leverage, and he suddenly likes coming to my socials. He comes to my company socials because he suddenly belongs. But you cannot force a person to this position. My friend tried. We have all tried. Many people have tried. Every single one of them has failed. I can tell you before you get started, and those of you who are on that journey, it's a failed mission. It's a failed mission. Abort. It won't take you anywhere except towards heartache, frustration, trying to micromanage another adult. It will get you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Those who have tried and failed and tried something else, and me, I have tried and failed, and I'm trying something else. That is the basics for these conversations that I am having with you. So me, I am a reformed person. I no longer micromanage nobody. Even me, I don't even micromanage myself. Good morning. You didn't understand it at first, huh? Mavis, you cannot. Even me, myself, I don't micromanage me. I let me be. I let me choose. I let me discover the tomfoolery of my decisions, and then I make better decisions. But you have to know the stupidity in your decisions, you know. If there's somebody shielding you, hovering over your head, not allowing you to make those decisions, that person is actually doing you harm. That person is limiting your growth. Growth comes from experience. Growth comes from feedback. The feedback from your current circumstances should let you know whether the choices you have been making are the right ones or not. At the moment, the financial feedback I am receiving tells me that what I have been doing is not good enough. My financial feedback is very clear. What I'm doing is not good enough. I need to go and do something else. So guess what? I'm about to do something else. Those of you who are on, how many of you will be interested in working with me over the next 3-4 days whilst we are all home and mostly not going to work, to start building new assets that you can use to make some money in 2026? I am going to be building, I'm going to run open classes, free classes. It will run in the evenings. I will simply put it on and you can come and join me and we work. Yeah. I will show you which platforms you should get. I will show you how to set up your communities. I'll show you how to get a landing page and some of those simple things that you guys can use. I will write books with some of you. I will show you the kind of places you can go to get help to write books, because it's going to write books, some of you, and so on. Yeah. Your financials must tell you. You should start a business. You should start a business. I'll inbox people. Let's do it. Let's do it. It didn't lead anywhere. It didn't lead anywhere. Am I going to come into your inbox and remind you that I'm going to be running these classes? No, I will not. You would need to receive information from your financials. Your financials should let you know whether the choices you have been making have been good enough or not. When your financials tell you, you will believe it. Hey, my workplace have told me some things very clearly in the last few weeks. Hey, those things, they must come directly. And when they come, the message is clear. You cannot misunderstand that message. It is clear. That is what you let everybody around you experience. Let everybody around you experience the real feedback of the choices that they have made. Let them know what has worked and what hasn't worked. Most people are smart enough to then decide what they should do more of and what they should do less of. So, I am a reformed control freak. It used to be something that people accused me of, and at some point I even admitted, I am a control freak. No, I'm not a control freak anymore. I am a peace freak. I am a rest freak. I am a relaxation freak. Yeah. I get to spend some time with myself. Look, this time that I'm using to talk to you would have been time that I've been using to micromanage somebody. No more. Let them. So for yourself this Christmas, as your Christmas present, I am offering these 3 books. You can buy them as audiobooks and you can listen to them. And I'm not even giving you any affiliate link of them. I am making not a dime, but these are books that I recommend that you read. I will come and sit here and I will read the Mark Manson books for you. So 2 Mark Manson books that I want you to go and look for. Oh, Bishop Fitzgerald, then come. I am going to be working with a lot of authors. I'm going to help you work on the book and I'm going to walk you through self-publishing. Yeah. So do come and find me if you are interested. Inbox me, tell me what you want to do, and then I will tell you which part of my ecosystem might be the most suitable place for you. Okay, 3 books that I've got for you. 1, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This is a Mark Manson book. You have so many fucks to give. You've got to know where to give them and where not to give them. Like I said, you cannot be giving more of a fuck over somebody's career than themselves. If a person doesn't give a fuck about their own career, you should not give a flying fuck either. And you need to learn the subtle art of not giving a fuck over things that people don't give a fuck over. A person, an adult man, is happy to live in poverty and he doesn't give a fuck about it. Well, if he can't give a fuck, what is your problem? You don't have other things to take your fuck to? Yeah, come. The subtle art of not giving a fuck is a fundamental ideological shift for most of my people. First book. When you finish reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, you need to follow up with the second book. Everything is fucked anyway. Okay, I've added the anyway. The author of these 2 books is Mark Manson. And in fact, if you are looking for a good person on social media to listen to, he is prolific in creating content on social media. Go find his videos. There are short versions of them. They hit you hard. Oh, but he will help you to understand. I will post one of them to my feed today, just so you can hear some of these messages. Yeah. I went to help my husband's career. Have you finished helping your? Did your husband tell you he wants you to help his career? And even if he told you he wants to help you his career, is he helping his own career? My wife, I'm setting up a shop for my wife. Did she tell you she wants a shop? Has she told you she's ready to run a shop? Which evidence exists that she can't run a shop? Have you checked any of those things? But no, you are God. God himself gave free will. And you are the one who wants to bypass free will. Kweku wisdom, I greet you. You know you have more wisdom than God. So you decide. The people don't need free will. You will bypass it. Good luck to you. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Author Mark Manson. Everything is fucked. Author Mark Manson. And he's a white man. He's not my cousin. He's not my brother. I don't get any benefit from these recommendations. And the third one is the Let Them Theory. Mel Robbins. Go find those 3 books. Read those 3 books. Those of you who really want to understand all of it from the very beginning, the game of life and how to play it. Florence, go and find the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Go find those books. Read those books. Lena, make sure that you understand the fundamental ideological positioning and it will move your thinking on. Oh, Queen, mwah, you are welcome. Your ideological shifts must be in place so that some of your behaviors can be aligned. Until the ideology changes, the operating software has to change. If you are running on Windows, there are certain apps that you can run. If you are running on iOS, there are different apps that you can run. Sometimes even the same app, they have a Windows version and they have an iOS version. Yeah. The operating software must shift to be able to run the new apps. You have always been a control freak. You must change the software before you attempt to not be a control freak. Because otherwise, you will start the journey of not becoming a control freak and you will find yourself back at being a control freak because that's what you know by default. That's why we read. We read and we immerse and we learn so that we can shift the mindset. When your mindset shifts, taking the actions and getting through the processes is easy. My mindset as a control freak shifted. And so now look at me. I know how to sit and mind my business. I'm the retired busybody. I have suffered. I have tired myself out over utter foolishness in this life. Amma was born a busybody, grew a busybody, have remained a busybody until recently, and now a retired busybody. But it's 10:36 in the morning. I'm not in a hurry to do it, Jack. Yeah, today we've not left this house for more than a week. All of us. We talk about my daughter. We must go out, and we talk about it, and she makes no effort to go out. So I sit here and I mind my business. And later on in the afternoon, she come, Mom, we did not go anywhere. And I'm like, we did not go anywhere. When I wake up in the morning and I was ready to go anywhere, you were not ready to be found anywhere. No. We are forcing nothing. We are doing nothing. Rich babe. Mwah. Merry Christmas, my sis. It's so good to see you. And those of you who want to learn how to run businesses, it is you who need to come and find me. It is you who need to come book appointments so we can build businesses. I cannot be chasing you about building your business. Can you imagine the foolishness of it? How can I be chasing you about building your business? And when we build your business, who's going to be eating the money, you or me? No, I am focused on building my business. And if you want to build your business, it is you who needs to focus on building your business. And if you need my help, you need to solicit it by booking an appointment, by commissioning me to be your coach, and we work. That we can do. And before I forget, how many of you would like to join my Confident Communicators Club? You remember I mentioned you need to change the operating software? Most of us, we need to gain the skill of effective communication before we do many of the things that we anticipate we want to do. I want to be a content creator. You have to be a better communicator in order to be a good content creator. I want to write a book. Better communication will help you, because when you finish writing your book, you will need to talk about your book. You will need to start speaking. Yes. I want to become a manager at my workplace. Better communication will help you. For 2026, the number one skill remains better communication. So come and join us. Confident Communicators Club. We meet on Saturdays, 6 p.m. GMT. We talk. We write speeches, we deliver speeches, we read books. It's a mindset augmentation program also. Most of these books that I'm recommending to you, I read with the girls and we talk about them, we discuss them, we grow together. I am in the business of growing and growing with those who want to grow with me. So come find me and let's talk. Let's get you in the right ecosystem and let you become the chief architect of your growth, not me. And then you are no longer giving us courses. Me, I have courses published, loads of courses published. If you click on any of my systems, you should be able to find my courses and you can enroll on your own. I don't do all the live ones before because your sister don't tire. Since I started learning how to mind my business, I have realized that peace of mind is wonderful. So now I didn't realize that rest was good. Hey, now that I know, I cannot not know. Yes. Anyway, I've done the work I wanted to do. You have to do the things that count in yours. Can you see me? I've already started working on stretching, trying to get my body back in shape. You see that I'm still wearing my exercise clothes. Yeah. I'm trying to do the things. There is no coach here screaming in my ear. The one person who should really coach myself and get myself on the right track is me. Yeah, it cannot be my spouse. Since I finished the surgery, it was not my husband's job to tell me, girl, stretch, girl, do. No, don't. And I was listening to my son yesterday. I was so happy to hear that some of these doctrines are so embedded, and I'm happy. I went on a walk. My son and I have been going on a daily walk. When he comes, he tries to encourage me to walk, and he encourages me and his sister and his dad, all of us, to walk. His sister has not gone walking with us in the week that we've been doing it. And I said to her, isn't it unfortunate that she's always sleeping when we walk? And my son says, it's self-inflicted. I think it's deliberate, She knows when we would walk and she doesn't engage. So yeah, we will let her make her choices and we'll move. And I'm like, boy, hey, when did you become so mature? Yeah. She will make her choices and we will move. We will move. If she chooses to walk with us, she is welcome. If she chooses not to walk with us, she is welcome also. If a person chooses to grow with you, they should be welcome. If a person is not ready to grow, they are welcome not to grow. If a person wants to stay behind, they are welcome to stay. If a person wants to move with you, they are welcome to move. That position is the best position in life. Let people choose where they want to be. And then you choose to do what you want to do. And let it pan out the way it does. Yeah. Let it settle. Let the chips fall where they do. In their sweet places. Yeah. Anyway. I'll let this one sink. Whew. Maybe I might doze off. I'm going to go to the rooftop, actually. I'm going to go to the rooftop. The sun is out. Go and catch some vitamin D. It must be warm. I'm going to go up with my blankets and chill in the rooftop. Maybe sleep for an hour or two, and I'll see you guys. And whilst that is happening, I will be playing my next speech, which I should be learning, which is now on record. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. So I'm doing it. And I mentor a lot of speakers. And I asked them yesterday in my club group, if you are my mentee, get in touch with me. Those who got in touch with me, I am busy talking to them. I'm trying to help. Those who didn't get in touch with me will not hear from me. I will not be chasing nobody to come get mentored by me. And no, if you want to be mentored by me, you have to set it up and make it happen. I've given you many examples. I hope that is applicable enough and you are able to make something useful out of this conversation.